Welcome to our Seed War series, uncovering biblical truths. Today, we will examine the Sons of Seth theory, which suggests that the sons of God in Genesis 6, verses 1 through 4, refer to the godly lineage of Seth, while the daughters of men refer to the ungodly lineage of Cain. Let's dive into why this interpretation is flawed. Genesis 6, verses 1 to 4 states, "When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they took any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, 'My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown.'" Firstly, the term sons of God, Bene Elohim, is consistently used in the Old Testament to refer to divine beings or angels. For example, in Job chapter 1, verse 6, "Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them." Similarly, in Job chapter 2, verse 1, and Job chapter 38, verse 7, the term clearly refers to angelic beings. This consistent use challenges the interpretation that sons of God suddenly refers to humans in Genesis 6. The phrase daughters of men, Banot ha'Adam, is a general term that includes all of humanity. If sons of God referred to the godly lineage of Seth, it would make more sense to describe the daughters of men as daughters of Cain, or another specific lineage. The contrast in Genesis 6 verses 1 to 4 implies a fundamental difference in kind, not merely lineage. Historically, the earliest Jewish interpretations of Genesis 6, 1 through 4, understood the sons of God to be angels. This is evident in texts such as the Book of Enoch, which expands on the Genesis narrative by describing the fall of the Watchers, or fallen angels, who took human wives. First, Enoch 6, 1 through 2 states, "And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters, and the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them." This interpretation was prevalent in Second Temple Judaism and influenced early Christian thought. Several early church fathers also supported the angelic interpretation. Justin Martyr, in his second Apology, chapter 5, wrote, "But the angels transgressed this appointment and were captivated by love of women and begat children." Athenagoras, in his work, A Plea for the Christians, chapter 24, stated, "These angels fell into impure love of virgins and were subjugated by the flesh, and he became negligent and wicked in the management of the things committed to him by God." Tertullian added, "Those angels, the deserters from God, the lovers of women, were the first who propagated these arts among men from his work on the apparel of women." Book 1, chapter 2. The Sons of Seth theory fails to adequately explain the extreme moral decline described in Genesis 6, which led to God's decision to flood the earth. Intermarriage between two human lineages does not provide a sufficient cause for such universal wickedness. Genetic corruption and beings with a counterfeit soul of rebellion, on the other hand, would. The angelic interpretation provides a more coherent explanation for the extraordinary wickedness and the birth of the Nephilim, hybrid beings who further corrupted humanity. New Testament passages such as 2 Peter 2, 4-5 and Jude 1, 6-7 refer to angels who sinned and were punished, suggesting a specific historical event. 2 Peter 2, 4-5 says, "For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but sent them to hell, putting them in chains of darkness to be held for judgment. If he did not spare the ancient world when he brought the flood on its ungodly people." Jude 1, 6-7 adds, "And the angels who did not keep their positions of authority but abandoned their proper dwelling. These he has kept in darkness, bound with everlasting chains for judgment on the great day." The Sons of Seth theory is inadequate in explaining the events of Genesis 6, 1-4, due to its lack of scriptural precedent, historical support, and logical coherence. The consistent use of sons of God to refer to divine beings, the early Jewish and Christian interpretations, and the presence of extraordinary beings like the Nephilim all point to the angelic interpretation as the more plausible explanation. Join us as we continue to explore the events, creatures, places, and history of the Seed War. Subscribe, like, and share for more insights into these mysteries. #Bible Prophecy, #Nephilim, #Genesis 6.